What are you doing? What are you doing? If I had the opportunity, I would volunteer in a developing country. If I had the opportunity, I would volunteer in a developing country. Tom is the funniest person I know. Tom is the funniest person I know. The music is too loud in this room. The music is too loud in this room. Where is the scissors? Where is the scissors? It's raining heavily. It's raining heavily. The teacher gave a difficult assignment. The teacher gave a difficult assignment. Do we need some people? Do we need some people? Can it land in 10 years? Can it land in 10 years? He is learning to speak French and is making good progress. He is learning to speak French and is making good progress. He has been studying Spanish for 6 months. He has been studying Spanish for 6 months. The computer he uses for work is old. The computer he uses for work is old. I understand the concept. I understand the concept. The letter from him contained exciting news. The letter from him contained exciting news. Is his neighbor a lantern? Is his neighbor a lantern? I'm sorry I missed him. I'm sorry I missed him. By the time they return, we will have prepared dinner. By the time they return, we will have prepared dinner. You have internet problem on your side. You have internet problem on your side. You can watch it at noon. You can watch it at noon. Can't join after 4 months? Can't join after 4 months? You will be a poet in a month. You will be a poet in a month. White snow is colder than yellow. White snow is colder than yellow. They would like. They would like. She is writing a story for her blog. She is writing a story for her blog. Can't you dream at dawn? Can't you dream at dawn? He started jogging every morning to improve his health. He started jogging every morning to improve his health. They were not announcers before. They were not announcers before. They were not soldiers every week. They were not soldiers every week. I was playing the guitar while my brother was singing. I was playing the guitar while my brother was singing. Is he going to the party tomorrow? Is he going to the party tomorrow? Never feels. Never feels. I usually listen to music on the bus. I usually listen to music on the bus. We have everything. We have everything. Let's check. Let's check. I'm going to my first lesson at 10 in the morning. I'm going to my first lesson at 10 in the morning. Give examples. Give examples. Was my mother-in-law a sportscaster? Was my mother-in-law a sportscaster? I did not follow the recipe correctly and as a result the food was not good. I did not follow the recipe correctly and as a result the food was not good. We all. Our service is fast and friendly. Our service is fast and friendly. Who has a dream? Who has a dream? How should I cook fresh tuna? How should I cook fresh tuna? He could find a job in the city. He could find a job in the city. Were your parents detectives? Were your parents detectives? These are lively festivals. These are lively festivals. He didn't answer every day. He didn't answer every day. I ate it before I came home. I ate it before I came home. You should have called to cancel the reservation. You should have called to cancel the reservation. He doesn't drink coffee. He doesn't drink coffee. I should have been an artist before. I should have been an artist before. How can you stay with him? How can you stay with him? Can't kiss normally. Can't kiss normally. He is sitting next to me. He is sitting next to me. Won't confirm after 3 evenings. Won't confirm after 3 evenings. How often do they go on road trips? How often do they go on road trips? If he finishes his work on time, he will come to the party. If he finishes his work on time, he will come to the party. Do you sell fresh milk? Do you sell fresh milk? You look tired. You look tired. I'm so bored I could die. I'm so bored I could die. It can kill after 5 nights. It can kill after 5 nights. Do we run? Do we run? We replaced the broken glass with a glazier. We replaced the broken glass with a glazier. How much does a hotel room cost? How much does a hotel room cost? Was my stepsister a tailor? Was my stepsister a tailor? Your stepmother was cleaner. Your stepmother was cleaner. May have been a warrior before. May have been a warrior before. Can we add? Can we add? Too expensive for me to buy a car. Too expensive for me to buy a car. My family visited me last week. My family visited me last week. Isn't it launderer then? Isn't it launderer then? He doesn't like coffee, does he? He doesn't like coffee, does he? Likes action. Likes action. Couldn't it be then? Couldn't it be then? He said to me, I will come tomorrow. He said to me, I will come tomorrow. He played video games with his older brother. He played video games with his older brother. I need to replace the batteries in the remote control. I need to replace the batteries in the remote control. I want one of these. I want one of these. They formed a group to protest the government's policies. They formed a group to protest the government's policies. I'm a sunrise hydrologist. I'm a sunrise hydrologist. We will be industrialists soon. We will be industrialists soon. Good to see you. Good to see you. If he buys a ticket, he can enter the concert. If he buys a ticket, he can enter the concert. The letter was written to John. The letter was written to John. Stickman Annual. Stickman Annual. What will you do at 9? What will you do at 9? The dog is cute. The dog is cute. Who cares? Who cares? They visit their grandparents every summer. They visit their grandparents every summer. The plant is self-watered with a self-watering system. The plant is self-watered with a self-watering system. We had already arranged our flight before we found out about the hurricane. We had already arranged our flight before we found out about the hurricane. I want to improve my public speaking skills. I want to improve my public speaking skills. He cleaned his room on Saturday. He cleaned his room on Saturday. We must act quickly. We must act quickly. Avoid negative people and surround yourself with positivity. Avoid negative people and surround yourself with positivity. I continued to focus on my goals and as a result I achieved them. I continued to focus on my goals and as a result I achieved them. The trash can was full, so I had to put the trash in a bag. The trash can was full, so I had to put the trash in a bag. Is your colleague a shoemaker? Is your colleague a shoemaker? She is writing a story for her blog. She is writing a story for her blog. Can I return a product without an invoice? Can I return a product without an invoice? They're going to the concert tonight. They're going to the concert tonight. I must eat an apple. I must eat an apple. Can't they work normally? Can't they work normally? Are there any special offers for members? Are there any special offers for members? I will have dinner at 7 p.m. I will have dinner at 7 p.m. I crawled in the city. I crawled in the city. Had not been collected a century ago. Had not been collected a century ago. You often go to the movies. You often go to the movies. Who has a laptop? Who has a laptop? He will have bought a new car next month. He will have bought a new car next month. Neighbor designer. Neighbor designer. You should exercise regularly for your health. You should exercise regularly for your health. I have to finish this book before the movie comes out. I have to finish this book before the movie comes out. How often does he read books? How often does he read books? Would he complain? Would he complain? As you see. As you see. Definitely. Definitely. He's checking his email. He's checking his email. Can I pay with Apple Pay? Can I pay with Apple Pay? I've supported the cancer charity for 27 years. I've supported the cancer charity for 27 years. Further. Further. You look divine. You look divine. Caught a fish in the lake. Caught a fish in the lake. I'm going to the park. I'm going to the park. Can I use coupons for this product? Can I use coupons for this product? Was your daughter a translator? Was your daughter a translator? They must be enjoying their vacation at the beach. They must be enjoying their vacation at the beach. I noted. I noted. Weren't we busy at dawn? Weren't we busy at dawn? We wouldn't refuse every day. We wouldn't refuse every day. Disclaimer. Disclaimer. You will never see me again. You will never see me again. Did we hook up last year? Did we hook up last year? What did you eat? What did you eat? The pine trees swayed gently in the breeze. The pine trees swayed gently in the breeze. Wouldn't he win? Wouldn't he win? Prepare to be impressed by the new president. Prepare to be impressed by the new president. Cancel. Cancel. The cake was shared among the guests. The cake was shared among the guests. Can you lose now? Can you lose now? Have your dinner early. Have your dinner early. They don't smoke. They don't smoke. The episode was very interesting. The episode was very interesting. We were going to the beach for vacation. We were going to the beach for vacation. What about me? What about me? Extra fit and fair man feeds fat cows. Extra fit and fair man feeds fat cows. He was watching a movie on his laptop. He was watching a movie on his laptop. You have breakfast every morning. You have breakfast every morning. You haven't finished your lunch, have you? You haven't finished your lunch, have you? Was her sister a farmer? Was her sister a farmer? They are planning a trip to Europe next summer. They are planning a trip to Europe next summer. Was her sister a midwife? Was her sister a midwife? They had their lawn cut by a landscape architect. They had their lawn cut by a landscape architect. When can you spell your name? When can you spell your name? She has to go to her doctor's appointment. She has to go to her doctor's appointment. The whole city was destroyed by the earthquake. The whole city was destroyed by the earthquake. We have to finish our project by Friday. We have to finish our project by Friday. When leaving the room, remember to turn off the lights. When leaving the room, remember to turn off the lights. I nanny next year. I nanny next year. He will have finished reading the book by tomorrow. He will have finished reading the book by tomorrow. The result of the match was a draw. The result of the match was a draw. The changes applied in the location can now be targeted in PPP under auction campaigns. The changes applied in the location can now be targeted in PPP under auction campaigns. Was my stepbrother a weightlifter? Was my stepbrother a weightlifter? Which is your favorite mall? Which is your favorite mall? My smartphone is more advanced than yours. My smartphone is more advanced than yours. Have you seen the last episode of your favorite series? Have you seen the last episode of your favorite series? Can we be senators in 2 hours? Can we be senators in 2 hours? The Amazon rainforest is the world's largest tropical rainforest. The Amazon rainforest is the world's largest tropical rainforest. He learned to play the piano when he was little. He learned to play the piano when he was little. Is Vlad aware? Is Vlad aware? I don't know much about it, but I'm willing to learn. I don't know much about it, but I'm willing to learn. Why didn't you attend the meeting? Asked. Why didn't you attend the meeting? Asked. We played board games with our friends. We played board games with our friends. I've already had lunch, she told him. I've already had lunch, she told him. Can I get a magazine to read? Can I get a magazine to read? Is our stepmother a pie player? Is our stepmother a pie player? Do you sell fresh yogurt? Do you sell fresh yogurt? What time is your train? 10:30. What time is your train? 10:30. Definite. Definite. Isn't he usually a greengrocer? Isn't he usually a greengrocer? I got promoted at work. I got promoted at work. He had already left the country when the news came out. He had already left the country when the news came out. This will not be necessary. This will not be necessary. Can we go somewhere? Can we go somewhere? They must be excited for the concert. They must be excited for the concert. Am I the referee every day? Am I the referee every day? Piece of paper. Piece of paper. I'm proud. I'm proud. He has never traveled alone. He has never traveled alone. The dog chased its tail in circles. The dog chased its tail in circles. Is there a deli counter in the store? Is there a deli counter in the store? The food was prepared by the chef. The food was prepared by the chef. They will not weld at dusk. They will not weld at dusk. Did you just say to me? Did you just say to me? But I don't think it's the right decision. But I don't think it's the right decision. Can't they pay? Can't they pay? How much sugar do you put in your coffee? How much sugar do you put in your coffee? Should I take it now? Should I take it now? Rarely cry? Rarely cry? We will celebrate our anniversary in a fancy restaurant. We will celebrate our anniversary in a fancy restaurant. He will play tennis tomorrow. He will play tennis tomorrow. They want to learn to code. They want to learn to code. He works as a doctor. He works as a doctor. Monthly did not fix it. Monthly did not fix it. Possession of alcohol in public. Possession of alcohol in public. Does it every year? Does it every year? Is my stepdaughter a carpenter? Is my stepdaughter a carpenter? Item of the list. Item of the list. I can't believe. I can't believe. We shouldn't imply every year. We shouldn't imply every year. Whose house is this? Whose house is this? Isn't he an astronomer at dawn? Isn't he an astronomer at dawn? We have to pay the bills by the end of the month. We have to pay the bills by the end of the month. Were they craftsmen last year? Were they craftsmen last year? How much does a loaf of bread cost? How much does a loaf of bread cost? Was he a fireman then? Was he a fireman then? We watched a football match on TV. We watched a football match on TV. He was directed to the exit by the security guard. He was directed to the exit by the security guard. I have a coffee when I get home. I have a coffee when I get home. Birds were chirping outside the window. Birds were chirping outside the window. Can I run? Can I run? Should I not focus for 2 weeks? Should I not focus for 2 weeks? They cook dinner together. They cook dinner together. I'm awake but I don't want to get out of bed yet. I'm awake but I don't want to get out of bed yet. Don't you need to fill? Don't you need to fill? How was your morning? How was your morning? He always talks to himself in the mirror. He always talks to himself in the mirror. I'm going to boil some water to make tea. I'm going to boil some water to make tea. I will wait for you until the end of the day. I will wait for you until the end of the day. The computer was repaired by a technician. The computer was repaired by a technician. Can't you dream at dawn? Can't you dream at dawn? Although time-consuming, reading is a great habit. Although time-consuming, reading is a great habit. I haven't played for 2 weeks. I haven't played for 2 weeks. One of my favorite subjects. One of my favorite subjects. After one night he gets scared. After one night he gets scared. How much does a kilo of bananas cost? How much does a kilo of bananas cost? I will never forget the happy moments we shared together in our relationship. I will never forget the happy moments we shared together in our relationship. They wouldn't make a deal. They wouldn't make a deal. I'm soft. I'm soft. We worry at 5 p.m. We worry at 5 p.m. This is the most challenging puzzle I've ever solved. This is the most challenging puzzle I've ever solved. They had planned to ski, but the slopes were closed due to snow. They had planned to ski, but the slopes were closed due to snow. I haven't tried sushi before. I haven't tried sushi before. The dog is very obedient, listens to commands. The dog is very obedient, listens to commands. Didn't he have? Didn't he have? Can you turn off the lights? Can you turn off the lights? He was late for his appointment. He was late for his appointment. I want to go home, he said. I want to go home, he said. Avoid. Avoid. We don't talk to each other like that. We don't talk to each other like that. You can be sure soon. You can be sure soon. Should never shout. Should never shout. I have to go home. I have to go home. There will be new flights to the airport. There will be new flights to the airport. Can't we be nurses now? Can't we be nurses now? The dog is chasing its tail. The dog is chasing its tail. He wouldn't complain. He wouldn't complain. We have been waiting for the bus for half an hour. We have been waiting for the bus for half an hour. You shouldn't be a therapist after the 4th century. You shouldn't be a therapist after the 4th century. I would cook it one night later. I would cook it one night later. Can you recommend a good olive oil brand? Can you recommend a good olive oil brand? The girl in the red dress caught everyone's attention. The girl in the red dress caught everyone's attention. He wasn't the chef every year. He wasn't the chef every year. Ceiling fan making a strange noise. Ceiling fan making a strange noise. Hadn't he grown? Hadn't he grown? They will go on vacation in the morning. They will go on vacation in the morning. We understand the importance of education. We understand the importance of education. He won't eat until he finishes his homework. He won't eat until he finishes his homework. They can solve complex math problems. They can solve complex math problems. And the house seems full of us all. And the house seems full of us all. I didn't fix it. I didn't fix it. It is mandatory to wear a helmet while cycling. It is mandatory to wear a helmet while cycling. I had finished my homework before my mother came home. I had finished my homework before my mother came home. It could be a great opportunity for you. It could be a great opportunity for you. He won't come to the party if he doesn't know anyone. He won't come to the party if he doesn't know anyone. Do you eat apple? Do you eat apple? It is rarely cold in this region. It is rarely cold in this region. The coffee shop is busier than usual. The coffee shop is busier than usual. Where can I find kitchen tools? Where can I find kitchen tools? Weren't we just apprentices? Weren't we just apprentices? British cuisine. British cuisine. My nephew is a musician. My nephew is a musician. We couldn't find it. We couldn't find it. 3. I don't notice anything special about the thing in question. 3. I don't notice anything special about the thing in question. His mother was a homeowner. His mother was a homeowner. With her mother in Los Angeles. With her mother in Los Angeles. In 5 years I will have a baby. In 5 years I will have a baby. Are you planning to stand here all night? Are you planning to stand here all night? Should they be admins soon? Should they be admins soon? Environmental pollution. Environmental pollution. The first thing he did in the morning was make coffee. The first thing he did in the morning was make coffee. Should I buy a car? Should I buy a car? We couldn't listen right away. We couldn't listen right away. Review. Review. Forever. Forever. I wish I could dance like a pro. I wish I could dance like a pro. Generally not lobbying. Generally not lobbying. We would not continue in 3 months. We would not continue in 3 months. Is it all over? Is it all over? He was typing on his laptop when I entered the room. He was typing on his laptop when I entered the room. Enrichment. Enrichment. His grandfathers were mediators. His grandfathers were mediators. Empathy. Empathy. I told you all my secret. I told you all my secret. We have special products available every day. We have special products available every day. The flowers were watered by my mother. The flowers were watered by my mother. Didn't I play before? Didn't I play before? They had their roof repaired after the storm. They had their roof repaired after the storm. Can't I edit it later? Can't I edit it later? I want to eat healthy food. I want to eat healthy food. Who do we have? Who do we have? Didn't I fix it often? Didn't I fix it often? Can't I blow? Can't I blow? Can you be a nurse then? Can you be a nurse then? I climb. I climb. I am allergic to penicillin. I am allergic to penicillin. Strengthen teams. Strengthen teams. Would you like some tea? Would you like some tea? The store closes at 6 p.m. The store closes at 6 p.m. I was a student. I was a student. They can always take aim. They can always take aim. After the exam, we celebrated with ice cream. After the exam, we celebrated with ice cream. He is very generous and always helps others. He is very generous and always helps others. They will be renovating their kitchen next month. They will be renovating their kitchen next month. Better today. Better today. Does not develop monthly. Does not develop monthly. We can still throw a party. We can still throw a party. How fascinating. How fascinating. I need to see a doctor. I need to see a doctor. You'll be interested in 4 centuries. You'll be interested in 4 centuries. This is my passport. This is my passport. He will then study for his exam in the library. He will then study for his exam in the library. They will visit us next month. They will visit us next month. He studied abroad for 2 years. He studied abroad for 2 years. We comment 5 weeks ago. We comment 5 weeks ago. Do we always have to be chauffeurs? Do we always have to be chauffeurs? Didn't we answer? Didn't we answer? Did you complete it? Did you complete it? He often forgets his keys. He often forgets his keys. The problem was caused by a software glitch. The problem was caused by a software glitch. They have to negotiate after a century. They have to negotiate after a century. Can I taste this ice cream sample? Can I taste this ice cream sample? His family is a pilot. His family is a pilot. To understand. To understand. Where do they live? Where do they live? The playbook outlines our strategy for the game. The playbook outlines our strategy for the game. Tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong. I didn't make a growth plan. I didn't make a growth plan. They went to the beach on Saturday. They went to the beach on Saturday. The bus route has changed. The bus route has changed. He did not act as an announcer for 2 weeks. He did not act as an announcer for 2 weeks. Direction. Direction. The movie was more emotional than I thought. The movie was more emotional than I thought. The cake my grandmother made is my favorite. The cake my grandmother made is my favorite. Is her grandson a florist? Is her grandson a florist? The education system in the country was underfunded and understaffed. The education system in the country was underfunded and understaffed. By the end of the month, they will have sold all their products. By the end of the month, they will have sold all their products. Direction. Direction. I think it's best to come home with us. I think it's best to come home with us. He should have informed us about the change in plans. He should have informed us about the change in plans. They used to go skiing in the winter. They used to go skiing in the winter. You can't be a weekly locksmith. You can't be a weekly locksmith. We astronomer a month ago. We astronomer a month ago. He takes his dog for a walk every day. He takes his dog for a walk every day. Can't handle it after one night? Can't handle it after one night? They don't like spicy food, and neither do we. They don't like spicy food, and neither do we. They were listening to the radio. They were listening to the radio. Not all students passed the exam. Not all students passed the exam. They like to watch movies together and organize a weekly movie night. They like to watch movies together and organize a weekly movie night. I love watching movies. I love watching movies. Was my half-sister a cameraman? Was my half-sister a cameraman? We must not forget to bring our passports to the airport. We must not forget to bring our passports to the airport. Is his nephew an economist? Is his nephew an economist? Must force it. Must force it. Girls must love you. Girls must love you. I shouldn't go beyond 3 years. I shouldn't go beyond 3 years. Collapse. Collapse. I need to replace the batteries in the remote control. I need to replace the batteries in the remote control. Should you give at sunrise? Should you give at sunrise? Years of engineering? Years of engineering? We have to do. We have to do. The leaves of the trees were green and alive. The leaves of the trees were green and alive. Will you not undertake? Will you not undertake? Let's start. Let's start. Cancel. Cancel. You don't feel it after 1 week. You don't feel it after 1 week. Recognition. Recognition. I started a new book. I started a new book. He will have finished reading the book by tomorrow. He will have finished reading the book by tomorrow. How often does he play video games? How often does he play video games? I wouldn't start. I wouldn't start. They haven't finished their homework, have they? They haven't finished their homework, have they? She wishes to know more about different cultures. She wishes to know more about different cultures. We have to study for the exam. We have to study for the exam. We've seen that movie before. We've seen that movie before. Do you sell fresh seafood? Do you sell fresh seafood? Did it wait 10 years? Did it wait 10 years? Was your wife a dermatologist? Was your wife a dermatologist? If I were a scientist, I would find a cure for a disease. If I were a scientist, I would find a cure for a disease. Could it be a window cleaner at sunset? Could it be a window cleaner at sunset? How long will it take for me to recover? How long will it take for me to recover? Superstition. Superstition. How was your morning? How was your morning? Where is the glass? Where is the glass? Don't we design daily? Don't we design daily? Is there a jewelry section in the store? Is there a jewelry section in the store? Can it connect to 5 a.m. earlier? Can it connect to 5 a.m. earlier? I need to buy a new briefcase. I need to buy a new briefcase. Can I taste a sample of this salsa sauce? Can I taste a sample of this salsa sauce? I'm meeting John at the airport at 3 o'clock. I'm meeting John at the airport at 3 o'clock. Do we need to do anything? Do we need to do anything? I have to skip to another meeting. I have to skip to another meeting. I see John often. I see John often. I do not have much time. I do not have much time. 2. I am not sure I can do this. 2. I am not sure I can do this. Wasn't I a rower 3 days ago? Wasn't I a rower 3 days ago? Deposit. Deposit. We will not continue. We will not continue. What is unconscious bias? What is unconscious bias? He does not teach. He does not teach. Do you play the piano? Do you play the piano? Will there be a midwife later at 3 a.m.? Will there be a midwife later at 3 a.m.? The cake was baked with love. The cake was baked with love. Shouldn't I mix? Shouldn't I mix? I'm really tired and I just want to go to bed. I'm really tired and I just want to go to bed. They did not continue. They did not continue. I like to read books in my spare time. I like to read books in my spare time. I've been studying for 2 hours. I've been studying for 2 hours. Do they need to guess? Do they need to guess? He always orders burgers and fries at the restaurant. He always orders burgers and fries at the restaurant. They can try. They can try. Would you warn? Would you warn? We can't laugh after 1 month. We can't laugh after 1 month. I could run. I could run. He has to find a job to support his family. He has to find a job to support his family. The horse the rider was riding jumped over the obstacle. The horse the rider was riding jumped over the obstacle. Today I went looking for a new pair of shoes. Today I went looking for a new pair of shoes. Write a little longer, please. Write a little longer, please. He won't be back at dawn. He won't be back at dawn. Bat, bat. Avoiding negative self-talk boosts self-esteem. Avoiding negative self-talk boosts self-esteem. They can always connect. They can always connect. Our aunt was a botanist. Our aunt was a botanist. I did not have enough time to study and as a result I did not pass the exam. I did not have enough time to study and as a result I did not pass the exam. How many birds are in the tree? How many birds are in the tree? Would occupy. Would occupy. We rent a quiet flat. We rent a quiet flat. I don't care. I don't care. If we had brought our cameras, we could have taken some great pictures. If we had brought our cameras, we could have taken some great pictures. Can you spell it, please? Can you spell it, please? Should be a translator at sunrise. Should be a translator at sunrise. Can you recommend a good toothpaste brand? Can you recommend a good toothpaste brand? Should I include it sometimes? Should I include it sometimes? This is blue. This is blue. How much time do you spend on the internet? How much time do you spend on the internet? I'm sure you understand. I'm sure you understand. We were not employed 4 months ago. We were not employed 4 months ago. I never got a chance to apologize. I never got a chance to apologize. Do you mind if I examine your throat? Do you mind if I examine your throat? I own a pack of paint. I own a pack of paint. I need a break. I have to go anywhere. I need a break. I have to go anywhere. I was not selected at noon. I was not selected at noon. He doesn't design a car right away. He doesn't design a car right away. I am not sure if I am the best person for this job. I am not sure if I am the best person for this job. Spending time with friends is fun. Spending time with friends is fun. This is a clear sky. This is a clear sky. Did you ask all of us? Did you ask all of us? I couldn't meet. I couldn't meet. Decision result. Decision result. I saw the man who was your father. I saw the man who was your father. The house was decorated for the party. The house was decorated for the party. Can I return an item that was damaged during delivery? Can I return an item that was damaged during delivery? Can he use the afternoon? Can he use the afternoon? You didn't ride. You didn't ride. I am happy, he said. I am happy, he said. It brought back our milk from 3 weeks ago. It brought back our milk from 3 weeks ago. Is there a problem? Is there a problem? Do you like fishing? Do you like fishing? They are working on a group project. They are working on a group project. Can't they be carpenters after 1 week? Can't they be carpenters after 1 week? Do you have sugar? Do you have sugar? I could not inform. I could not inform. Which is your favorite waterfall? Which is your favorite waterfall? She volunteered at a nursing home to spend time with the elderly. She volunteered at a nursing home to spend time with the elderly. Did you apprentice 4 minutes ago? Did you apprentice 4 minutes ago? Doesn't have to work on weekends. Doesn't have to work on weekends. Are you ready to start the game? Are you ready to start the game? Does he buy? Does he buy? It could cost 2 years ago. It could cost 2 years ago. I will sleep 8 hours tonight. I will sleep 8 hours tonight. He can fix the car himself. He can fix the car himself. I will have dinner at 7 p.m. I will have dinner at 7 p.m. Shall we go for a walk or stay home and watch a movie? Shall we go for a walk or stay home and watch a movie? They were talking about it on the phone. They were talking about it on the phone. I must apologize for my mistake. I must apologize for my mistake. Controversial. Controversial. We're rent. We're rent. I won't be able to take a break until I'm done. I won't be able to take a break until I'm done. It's not crying at dawn. It's not crying at dawn. I wasn't a consultant 5 nights ago. I wasn't a consultant 5 nights ago. The house they bought is near the beach. The house they bought is near the beach. What are you doing here? I want to see you. What are you doing here? I want to see you. They were never implemented. They were never implemented. Was his grandfather an acrobat? Was his grandfather an acrobat? I was so excited for the party that I couldn't sit still. I was so excited for the party that I couldn't sit still. The children played in the park all afternoon. The children played in the park all afternoon. The project was completed on time. The project was completed on time. I have a lot of experience in this field. I have a lot of experience in this field. Next month I will be teaching English at a school in China. Next month I will be teaching English at a school in China. You can take. You can take. Had not been created before. Had not been created before. We clean the house on Saturdays. We clean the house on Saturdays. This is so annoying. This is so annoying. Humble. Humble. To go past. To go past. 3 weeks later becomes a midwife. 3 weeks later becomes a midwife. You will play video games. You will play video games. I want to sleep with you. I want to sleep with you. Can you always connect? Can you always connect? Can we lumber often? Can we lumber often? I exercised regularly and lost weight as a result. I exercised regularly and lost weight as a result. Can't they come at dawn? Can't they come at dawn? Creates at dusk. Creates at dusk. Her husband was a bricklayer. Her husband was a bricklayer. We'd better call a taxi or we'll be late. We'd better call a taxi or we'll be late. They went to Japan last year. They went to Japan last year. What is your flight arrival time? What is your flight arrival time? Will you come with us? Will you come with us? The skyline of the city from the top of the building is breathtaking. The skyline of the city from the top of the building is breathtaking. Can you advise? Can you advise? Was my mother a paramedic? Was my mother a paramedic? Can monthly start? Can monthly start? If you study hard, you will pass the exam. If you study hard, you will pass the exam. Is it burnt? Is it burnt? Thanks for looking. Thanks for looking. Organized. Organized. Have you ever been to Asia? Have you ever been to Asia? Hadn't he grown? Hadn't he grown? Would it take 10 years cold? Would it take 10 years cold? He exercises every day to stay in shape. He exercises every day to stay in shape. I wish they'd joined a sports team in high school. I wish they'd joined a sports team in high school. I will go on a journey. I will go on a journey. Is his grandfather a witch? Is his grandfather a witch? Wouldn't he be an industrialist often? Wouldn't he be an industrialist often? Could you please help me with this math problem? Could you please help me with this math problem? I'm not too upset about this. I'm not too upset about this. Will you come to the party later? Will you come to the party later? He will finish this project and after that he will go on vacation. He will finish this project and after that he will go on vacation. Will they never be receptionists? Will they never be receptionists? Don't I have to be a cashier every month? Don't I have to be a cashier every month? Have you ever tried sushi before going to a Japanese restaurant? Have you ever tried sushi before going to a Japanese restaurant? I read an interesting article about the benefits of reading. I read an interesting article about the benefits of reading. Can you evaluate every day? Can you evaluate every day? I rarely eat chocolate. I rarely eat chocolate. I have a stone son. I have a stone son. How can I say? How can I say? I do not drink alcohol. I do not drink alcohol. You shouldn't be a politician after 3 days. You shouldn't be a politician after 3 days. Do you have liquids in your hand luggage? Do you have liquids in your hand luggage? You don't often become CEO. You don't often become CEO. He had his house cleaned by a professional cleaner. He had his house cleaned by a professional cleaner. Do you sometimes have to be a songwriter? Do you sometimes have to be a songwriter? Sentences. Sentences. He will be unemployed for 6 months until next month. He will be unemployed for 6 months until next month. Are you a referee? Are you a referee? I do not organize. I do not organize. Tommy has more grapes than Tony. Tommy has more grapes than Tony. It was the most important thing in the world to me. It was the most important thing in the world to me. Will this decision have any negative consequences? Will this decision have any negative consequences? He would rest once a year. He would rest once a year. I am very happy. I am very happy. He is a pilot and travels all over the world. He is a pilot and travels all over the world. When I woke up, the sun had already risen. When I woke up, the sun had already risen. The museum was closed today for renovations. The museum was closed today for renovations. Can we create at sunset? Can we create at sunset? I'll help you pronounce the new words we've learned. I'll help you pronounce the new words we've learned. I need to return some books. I need to return some books. We went hiking in the mountains. We went hiking in the mountains. They prepared dinner for their families. They prepared dinner for their families. You will get fortnight. You will get fortnight. We stood in the rain and waited for the bus. We stood in the rain and waited for the bus. She hopes to become a successful writer. She hopes to become a successful writer. They were not preferred a second ago. They were not preferred a second ago. Is your friend an optician? Is your friend an optician? I've never been before. I've never been before. They want to go on a journey. They want to go on a journey. Were his half-brothers night watchmen? Were his half-brothers night watchmen? I want to learn to code. I want to learn to code. There. I don't know what to do with you. I don't know what to do with you. This butter is so delicious, I could eat it spoon by spoon. This butter is so delicious, I could eat it spoon by spoon. You don't become a dietitian right away. You don't become a dietitian right away. He studied hard and got good grades as a result. He studied hard and got good grades as a result. We accept at sunrise. We accept at sunrise. A wagging dog is happy. A wagging dog is happy. Was your uncle Lager? Was your uncle Lager? I can't believe you said such a thing. I can't believe you said such a thing. He is not seldom a trainer. He is not seldom a trainer. Can you start the week? Can you start the week? Will it be cold at 3 p.m.? Will it be cold at 3 p.m.? Are my grandchildren anthropologists? Are my grandchildren anthropologists? The engineer was huge and very entertaining. The engineer was huge and very entertaining. How often does he go fishing? How often does he go fishing? Am I captain in 5 days? Am I captain in 5 days? You look like your sister. You look like your sister. If they invited me, I would join the party. If they invited me, I would join the party. Workers were repairing the road. Workers were repairing the road. She had already bought a new dress for the party. She had already bought a new dress for the party. They can give private lessons for 15 days. They can give private lessons for 15 days. Wasn't he an anesthesiologist at Sunrise? Wasn't he an anesthesiologist at Sunrise? Cannot enjoy 10 years. Cannot enjoy 10 years. Have you been to Turkey before? Have you been to Turkey before? What is unconscious bias? What is unconscious bias? The printer is out of ink. The printer is out of ink. Students are participating in a school activity. Students are participating in a school activity. Prejudice. Prejudice. Have you watched a good documentary lately? Have you watched a good documentary lately? He enjoys watching movies at home. He enjoys watching movies at home. The bar is open from 6 a.m. The bar is open from 6 a.m. We have to be receptionists often. We have to be receptionists often. She does ballet on Wednesday evenings. She does ballet on Wednesday evenings. Older people often need help. Older people often need help. These vegetables are fresh from the garden. These vegetables are fresh from the garden. We were waiting in line when we saw our favorite actor. We were waiting in line when we saw our favorite actor. His brother is a doctor. His brother is a doctor. Rarely did he work as a contractor. Rarely did he work as a contractor. You should have taken a day off from work. You should have taken a day off from work. What is your seat number? What is your seat number? The company was investing heavily in research and development, and it was paying off. The company was investing heavily in research and development, and it was paying off. Can the industrialist be annual? Can the industrialist be annual? His car is cleaner than mine. His car is cleaner than mine. I have to go home. I have to go home. Teresa has fewer grapes than Isabel. Teresa has fewer grapes than Isabel. We went shopping. We went shopping. What time of day is it? What time of day is it? They decorated the room themselves. They decorated the room themselves. Was our stepbrother a lifeguard? Was our stepbrother a lifeguard? Hadn't we attended? Hadn't we attended? Should it pick up after 5 seconds? Should it pick up after 5 seconds? The concert was liked by everyone. The concert was liked by everyone. The movie was shot in Hollywood. The movie was shot in Hollywood. I visited a museum. I visited a museum. Please help. Why did you buy it? Please help. Why did you buy it? Is my uncle the driver? Is my uncle the driver? Is her half-sister a statistician? Is her half-sister a statistician? The car was parked in the garage. The car was parked in the garage. Doctors will watch patients all night. Doctors will watch patients all night. The house they bought is near the beach. The house they bought is near the beach. Don't let your greed. Don't let your greed. The effort required to finish the project was enormous. The effort required to finish the project was enormous. Things. Things. You were a good person. You were a good person. Was his grandson a draper? Was his grandson a draper? Answer. Answer. You cannot meet. You cannot meet. The prison is overcrowded. The prison is overcrowded. He was watching a movie when he fell asleep. He was watching a movie when he fell asleep. To practice. To practice. Can I have your email address, please? Can I have your email address, please? I need to transfer a bus at the next stop. I need to transfer a bus at the next stop. The decision to raise taxes was met with widespread opposition. The decision to raise taxes was met with widespread opposition. The dog attacked the postman. The dog attacked the postman. He studies hard for his exams. He studies hard for his exams. Lions are the strongest animals in the jungle. Lions are the strongest animals in the jungle. Boiled green beans. Boiled green beans. I sent an email. I sent an email. Do they need 10 years to choreograph? Do they need 10 years to choreograph? Fascinating. Fascinating. I go to the gym twice a week. I go to the gym twice a week. I have to play football. I have to play football. I know that. I know that. They play tennis twice a week. They play tennis twice a week. I had rehearsed the song before I went to the show. I had rehearsed the song before I went to the show. He supports his team. He supports his team. Don't you see the "no smoking" sign? You cannot smoke here. Don't you see the "no smoking" sign? You cannot smoke here. Whose painting is this? Whose painting is this? Shouldn't we fill it sooner? Shouldn't we fill it sooner? The concert starts in 15 minutes. The concert starts in 15 minutes. His stepson was a sculptor. His stepson was a sculptor. The concert started at 8 o'clock. The concert started at 8 o'clock. What is the effect? What is the effect? Could he replace it? Could he replace it? He is a talented designer and creates beautiful clothes. He is a talented designer and creates beautiful clothes. They play tennis all afternoon. They play tennis all afternoon. Properly. Properly. Could you send me the minutes of the last meeting? Could you send me the minutes of the last meeting? The legendary athlete set a new world record. The legendary athlete set a new world record. Students take notes. Students take notes. Regular exercise has many benefits. Regular exercise has many benefits. Students will take their final exams next month. Students will take their final exams next month. Should you be bartending now? Should you be bartending now? The date worked for the exam. The date worked for the exam. Sarah can play the piano and her brother can also play the piano. Sarah can play the piano and her brother can also play the piano. How is education going? How is education going? Is our sister a messenger? Is our sister a messenger? The victim was usually a young girl. The victim was usually a young girl. I bought a new laptop to study for my exams. I bought a new laptop to study for my exams. I'm going to take my dog for a walk tonight. I'm going to take my dog for a walk tonight. Is her stepdaughter a potter? Is her stepdaughter a potter? Guard. Guard. His painting is more impressive than mine. His painting is more impressive than mine. I hope you get well soon. I hope you get well soon. I'm moving to a new house in 5 years. I'm moving to a new house in 5 years. Don't make a decision after 3 weeks. Don't make a decision after 3 weeks. The daughter was proud of her father's achievements. The daughter was proud of her father's achievements. My friend was the owner. My friend was the owner. I don't know how to say this. I don't know how to say this. Shouldn't I conclude at dawn? Shouldn't I conclude at dawn? Do you forget? Do you forget? Are there any special offers today? Are there any special offers today? The immersion blender can be used directly in a soup pot. The immersion blender can be used directly in a soup pot. He should have paid the bill on time. He should have paid the bill on time. Otherwise, you will never reach your full potential. Otherwise, you will never reach your full potential. He swam in the ocean on vacation. He swam in the ocean on vacation. You will be examined in 3 weeks. You will be examined in 3 weeks. Won't you ignore it every year? Won't you ignore it every year? Can I get a discount for being a loyal customer? Can I get a discount for being a loyal customer? Can I get your help? Can I get your help? If you don't have breakfast, you will feel hungry. If you don't have breakfast, you will feel hungry. Are there mother-in-law's fashion designers? Are there mother-in-law's fashion designers? Did he make a machinist at night? Did he make a machinist at night? Sorry, I didn't hear exactly what you said. Sorry, I didn't hear exactly what you said. It could not have come before the 5th century. It could not have come before the 5th century. We can't besiege after 4 nights. We can't besiege after 4 nights. He wouldn't see it in 4 weeks. He wouldn't see it in 4 weeks. Could he be a politician? Could he be a politician? They appreciate your help and support. They appreciate your help and support. I'm going to kindergarten. I'm going to kindergarten. Where we were. Where we were. The playbook outlines our strategy for the game. The playbook outlines our strategy for the game. The offer usually helps the official. The offer usually helps the official. I couldn't escape. I couldn't escape. Did he live in Paris? Did he live in Paris? We met in the park for our picnic. We met in the park for our picnic. Can't we close every month? Can't we close every month? I stand in the shop and see the car. I stand in the shop and see the car. He loves watching football matches. He loves watching football matches. Will publish. Will publish. Grandson's grocery store. Grandson's grocery store. How else does he get home? How else does he get home? Did we look? Did we look? The Statue of Liberty is the most iconic symbol of freedom. The Statue of Liberty is the most iconic symbol of freedom. Should I then become a midnight fabricator? Should I then become a midnight fabricator? I have an appointment with the doctor on Wednesday. I have an appointment with the doctor on Wednesday. Doesn't he insure every week? Doesn't he insure every week? I work as a teacher. I work as a teacher. Prepositional verb. Prepositional verb. He plays the guitar every day. He plays the guitar every day. Do you need to speak a language? Do you need to speak a language? Could you please turn on the radio? Could you please turn on the radio? I would like to visit Paris one day. I would like to visit Paris one day. What color do you want? What color do you want? The clock is ticking slowly. The clock is ticking slowly. There would be no hostess at dawn. There would be no hostess at dawn. They were not occasional illustrators. They were not occasional illustrators. I've never skied before. I've never skied before. Do you have to answer sooner? Do you have to answer sooner? They can be successful entrepreneurs. They can be successful entrepreneurs. Just wait outside. Just wait outside. They will have booked their plane by tomorrow evening. They will have booked their plane by tomorrow evening. They had their lawn cut by a landscape architect. They had their lawn cut by a landscape architect. Can I have your flight itinerary, please? Can I have your flight itinerary, please? He goes to the gym every morning. He goes to the gym every morning. Was your stepmother a choreographer? Was your stepmother a choreographer? Sam with Isabel. Sam with Isabel. Until tomorrow. Until tomorrow. Continuous learning is necessary for personal development. Continuous learning is necessary for personal development. She doesn't like. She doesn't like. My grandchildren are conductors. My grandchildren are conductors. Was I shedding every week? Was I shedding every week? I can't believe I'm alive. I can't believe I'm alive. They are going to school. They are going to school. Although the movie received mixed reviews, I enjoyed watching it. Although the movie received mixed reviews, I enjoyed watching it. We used our own cars. We used our own cars. They drank too much coffee and couldn't sleep. They drank too much coffee and couldn't sleep. The van is full of people. The van is full of people. Could he settle in? Could he settle in? The picture was taken by a professional photographer. The picture was taken by a professional photographer. The hummingbird is the smallest bird in the world. The hummingbird is the smallest bird in the world. Something very new in this industry. Something very new in this industry. I don't kick. I don't kick. Did you analyze? Did you analyze? Will he be a linguist? Will he be a linguist? The newspaper was read by many. The newspaper was read by many. Why don't we study together for the exam? Why don't we study together for the exam? Had not been collected a century ago. Had not been collected a century ago. Please don't be me. Please don't be me. He had his passport renewed at the consulate. He had his passport renewed at the consulate. Do you like fishing? Do you like fishing? He took a shower before going to bed. He took a shower before going to bed. Still, some questions remain unanswered. Still, some questions remain unanswered. Do we always have to be chauffeurs? Do we always have to be chauffeurs? Are there nephews an oncologist? Are there nephews an oncologist? If he won the lottery, he would buy a mansion. If he won the lottery, he would buy a mansion. I'm so excited to go to the beach this weekend. I'm so excited to go to the beach this weekend. I was a student. I was a student. We are having lunch at noon. We are having lunch at noon. Should it come monthly? Should it come monthly? You must not appear. You must not appear. Cannot create. Cannot create. He's going to the movies tonight. He's going to the movies tonight. Can I get a second opinion? Can I get a second opinion? Wasn't he listening? Wasn't he listening? Is our aunt the interviewer? Is our aunt the interviewer? Where will you fly from? Where will you fly from? When will you visit your grandparents? When will you visit your grandparents? Are you listening to me? Are you listening to me? Despite financial difficulties, they started their own business. Despite financial difficulties, they started their own business. He read an interesting book yesterday. He read an interesting book yesterday. You couldn't be an illustrator for a week before. You couldn't be an illustrator for a week before. My friend was the owner. My friend was the owner. We sign normally. We sign normally. The process of creating a product is called manufacturing. The process of creating a product is called manufacturing. Was his half-brother a gymnast? Was his half-brother a gymnast? Cultural diversity is celebrated in the city. Cultural diversity is celebrated in the city. I'm weaker than John. I'm weaker than John. I don't notice anything strange. I don't notice anything strange. Would you come with me? Would you come with me? He enjoys reading books in his spare time. He enjoys reading books in his spare time. Won't you measure at dawn? Won't you measure at dawn? This is a delicious cake. This is a delicious cake. My son is a designer. My son is a designer. How many windows does the house have? How many windows does the house have? Would he prove it? Would he prove it? Can't it happen every year? Can't it happen every year? We went to a music festival. We went to a music festival. We will be leaving for our trip next week. We will be leaving for our trip next week. Is there a home decoration section in the store? Is there a home decoration section in the store? This bores me. This bores me. You will become an economist. You will become an economist. What is your plan? What is your plan? It's okay. I'm not angry. It's okay. I'm not angry. What do you want? What do you want? It's too hot for jogging outside. It's too hot for jogging outside. I have too much self-confidence. I have too much self-confidence. Affected. Affected. Can you recommend a nice place to eat close to campus? Can you recommend a nice place to eat close to campus? I will make a cake. I will make a cake. If I win the lottery, I will travel the world. If I win the lottery, I will travel the world. How many dogs are in the park? How many dogs are in the park? Will they borrow? Will they borrow? I was trying to get a better view. I was trying to get a better view. Let me know if you need some space. Let me know if you need some space. He's already cooked dinner. He's already cooked dinner. Doesn't it hurt? Doesn't it hurt? Doesn't it affect 10 years? Doesn't it affect 10 years? What a beautiful song. What a beautiful song. You prefer the blue one. You prefer the blue one. My colleague officer. My colleague officer. We will have a meeting in the afternoon. We will have a meeting in the afternoon. Conserve. Conserve. Then he can take advantage of 3 in the morning. Then he can take advantage of 3 in the morning. Am I not always lost? Am I not always lost? We must be honest with ourselves and others. We must be honest with ourselves and others. We won't know the truth until we investigate. We won't know the truth until we investigate. He said he won the match. He said he won the match. Would we choose? Would we choose? Wouldn't it then expand at midnight? Wouldn't it then expand at midnight? Let me know if you need any help. Let me know if you need any help. Can you help me find the cereal aisle? Can you help me find the cereal aisle? I have to take a shower before going to bed. I have to take a shower before going to bed. We have to cook it every week. We have to cook it every week. If yes, have you had any problems with it? If yes, have you had any problems with it? I won't say anything to anyone. I won't say anything to anyone. He's riding a bicycle. He's riding a bicycle. Tommy, can you take a look too? Tommy, can you take a look too? Should not be discovered on a monthly basis. Should not be discovered on a monthly basis. Cotton is a soft, absorbent fabric. Cotton is a soft, absorbent fabric. We played board games with our friends. We played board games with our friends. We shouldn't create every day. We shouldn't create every day. You like to read books, don't you? You like to read books, don't you? I'm not sure what I want to do with my life. I'm not sure what I want to do with my life. I need to buy some rice from the market. I need to buy some rice from the market. Can it be successful? Can it be successful? Yes, we have several sweets. Yes, we have several sweets. Crab salad. Crab salad. I'm hungry. I'm hungry. Would you recommend me to try? Would you recommend me to try? Does not play video games. Does not play video games. One child is less than 5 years old. One child is less than 5 years old. The man whose car was stolen reported the situation to the police. The man whose car was stolen reported the situation to the police. They visited the museum to learn the history. They visited the museum to learn the history. Driving when tired. Driving when tired. Can I taste this juice sample? Can I taste this juice sample? They should avoid eating too much junk food. They should avoid eating too much junk food. May rise. May rise. Did you pour the year? Did you pour the year? Sometimes we shouldn't be orthopedists. Sometimes we shouldn't be orthopedists. Whose picture is on the wall? Whose picture is on the wall? They must ask permission before leaving the classroom. They must ask permission before leaving the classroom. Can I apply every week? Can I apply every week? He takes pictures of the sunset. He takes pictures of the sunset. After the cream. After the cream. They couldn't compare on a daily basis. They couldn't compare on a daily basis. How do you work? How do you work? Can you calculate how much money we have left after paying the bills? Can you calculate how much money we have left after paying the bills? You should clean your room before you go out. You should clean your room before you go out. The email has been forwarded to all employees. The email has been forwarded to all employees. Won't he be a congressman by sunset? Won't he be a congressman by sunset? The boy standing there is my cousin. The boy standing there is my cousin. I've never seen him before. I've never seen him before. How wonderful. How wonderful. I don't think year. I don't think year. You will collect garbage from time to time. You will collect garbage from time to time. His colleague was an actor. His colleague was an actor. Can you help me with these bags? Can you help me with these bags? How about trying this cocktail before you leave? How about trying this cocktail before you leave? Hormone. Hormone. Is this a block for Sun's vendor banner rollout? Is this a block for Sun's vendor banner rollout? To change. To change. When I was little, my parents made me take piano lessons. When I was little, my parents made me take piano lessons. John's ticket complexity is greater and always more complex than other teams' member tickets. John's ticket complexity is greater and always more complex than other teams' member tickets. Can it change? Can it change? I have an idea. I have an idea. I'm going on a trip to England to learn about their culture and customs. I'm going on a trip to England to learn about their culture and customs. They are usually not attractive. They are usually not attractive. My parents were traveling to Europe last month. My parents were traveling to Europe last month. Can you show me how to say this in Spanish? Can you show me how to say this in Spanish? The car belongs to my friend. The car belongs to my friend. After 5 minutes they would grow. After 5 minutes they would grow. Do we have any topic? Do we have any topic? You should have called to cancel the reservation. You should have called to cancel the reservation. International law is important for the regulation of international relations. International law is important for the regulation of international relations. My cousins are managers. My cousins are managers. Was his grandson a drummer? Was his grandson a drummer? He plays guitar in a band. He plays guitar in a band. Do you have any suggestions to improve our workflow? Do you have any suggestions to improve our workflow? I will take a photo. I will take a photo. Passive voice. Passive voice. Can't you interrupt me when I'm talking? This is rude. Can't you interrupt me when I'm talking? This is rude. We enjoy watching the sunset. We enjoy watching the sunset. We did not create. We did not create. I'm waiting for a raise in my salary. I'm waiting for a raise in my salary. He should have already registered for the course. He should have already registered for the course. They were not ready for 2 weeks. They were not ready for 2 weeks. Did they respond to our request for a quiet room? Did they respond to our request for a quiet room? Where do you get? Where do you get? I learned to knit to make my own sweater. I learned to knit to make my own sweater. Does what he says he will do. Does what he says he will do. Well, you learn from your mistake. Well, you learn from your mistake. Do you know what I said? Do you know what I said? Has to listen. Has to listen. Should not agree. Should not agree. I need a break. I have to go anywhere. I need a break. I have to go anywhere. Swimmers will spend hours swimming in the pool. Swimmers will spend hours swimming in the pool. His stepson referee. His stepson referee. I can be happy. I can be happy. They don't watch TV in the morning. They don't watch TV in the morning. Yes, that's it. Yes, that's it. Are we going to launch the sun? Are we going to launch the sun? Did you apprentice 4 minutes ago? Did you apprentice 4 minutes ago? Do you have gluten-free options for pasta? Do you have gluten-free options for pasta? The taste of the food prepared by the cook was very good. The taste of the food prepared by the cook was very good. In 2 seconds, I'm a meteorologist. In 2 seconds, I'm a meteorologist. His grandfather is a senator. His grandfather is a senator. Realize that silence is important. Realize that silence is important. Should they forget? Should they forget? How do you spell it? How do you spell it? The article examines the history of ancient civilizations. The article examines the history of ancient civilizations. He will retire when he turns 60. He will retire when he turns 60. He won't come to the party if he doesn't know anyone. He won't come to the party if he doesn't know anyone. Did you make new friends at school? Did you make new friends at school? Let me see yours. Let me see yours. Which road should I follow to reach the museum? Which road should I follow to reach the museum? Can I use a discount coupon for this purchase? Can I use a discount coupon for this purchase? How delicious! How delicious! Leaves fall from the trees in autumn. Leaves fall from the trees in autumn. They like to camp in the mountains. They like to camp in the mountains. David, help me with this cake. David, help me with this cake. Also, don't forget to bring your ID when you come to the concert. Also, don't forget to bring your ID when you come to the concert. They can give training after 3 nights. They can give training after 3 nights. Was our sister an interviewer? Was our sister an interviewer? Handle of the door. Handle of the door. Can we play every day? Can we play every day? We did the test on Android. We did the test on Android. His half-brothers are inventors. His half-brothers are inventors. If they won the match, they would celebrate. If they won the match, they would celebrate. Did he check? Did he check? I didn't get it 2 days ago. I didn't get it 2 days ago. Can you help me? I'm looking for the post office. Can you help me? I'm looking for the post office. What would you like? What would you like? Don't they listen? Don't they listen? We packed our bags before we went on vacation. We packed our bags before we went on vacation. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it doesn't. The car could not go up the steep slope. The car could not go up the steep slope. We must respect our elders. We must respect our elders. What are you doing in the garden? What are you doing in the garden? Do they usually not fit? Do they usually not fit? I am doing something important. I am doing something important. The concert starts at 8. The concert starts at 8. What's the problem? What's the problem? Answer. Answer. Our wife was a hairdresser. Our wife was a hairdresser. We must act quickly. We must act quickly. Traceability. Traceability. Would they destroy? Would they destroy? They played tennis in the afternoon. They played tennis in the afternoon. We have to be receptionists often. We have to be receptionists often. Is this the correct museum way? Is this the correct museum way? I'm sick of London. I'm sick of London. Where can I find canned mushrooms? Where can I find canned mushrooms? Shouldn't he derive 4 a.m. later? Shouldn't he derive 4 a.m. later? Archaeologist would not be 10 years. Archaeologist would not be 10 years. Special. Special. Trained by a professional, the dog obeyed all commands. Trained by a professional, the dog obeyed all commands. The museum is closed on Mondays. The museum is closed on Mondays. The document has been saved to the computer. The document has been saved to the computer. Where we were. Where we were. They had already finished the project when I joined the team. They had already finished the project when I joined the team. Did you study the piano before your recital? Did you study the piano before your recital? Maybe you should go home and clean up. Maybe you should go home and clean up. I will need to take a blood sample for testing. I will need to take a blood sample for testing. Does he forget at dawn? Does he forget at dawn? I must let you know at dusk. I must let you know at dusk. Is your stepson a contractor? Is your stepson a contractor? He cut himself while shaving. He cut himself while shaving. His son is a pediatrician. His son is a pediatrician. I think it's time for me to say goodbye. I think it's time for me to say goodbye. 10 years to be an actress? 10 years to be an actress? I think you should buy a car. I think you should buy a car. They discuss the problem with their teacher. They discuss the problem with their teacher. Do you need to talk? Do you need to talk? He sang a lullaby. He sang a lullaby. Was our stepdaughter a coach? Was our stepdaughter a coach? They can coach after 4 seconds. They can coach after 4 seconds. He managed to catch the early train. He managed to catch the early train. They had just arrived at the hotel. They had just arrived at the hotel. My teacher likes to read educational books. My teacher likes to read educational books. Are your brothers lawyers? Are your brothers lawyers? Is a naturalist at dawn. Is a naturalist at dawn. May I have a blanket? May I have a blanket? I don't have enough time. I don't have enough time. Can't they fire fighter jets at dusk? Can't they fire fighter jets at dusk? Can we evaluate it annually? Can we evaluate it annually? Can I cover? Can I cover? Next year he will have acquired a pet. Next year he will have acquired a pet. I have not been to Europe. I have not been to Europe. Mary's favorite color is blue. Mary's favorite color is blue. The letter from him contained exciting news. The letter from him contained exciting news. They may not talk after 2 weeks. They may not talk after 2 weeks. I can't find my keys. I can't find my keys. Please don't be me. Please don't be me. We must be patient in difficult situations. We must be patient in difficult situations. Then he can't ask. Then he can't ask. They've known each other since college. They've known each other since college. I don't need your pity. I don't need your pity. She was practicing yoga poses in the living room. She was practicing yoga poses in the living room. They think I'm out for lunch. They think I'm out for lunch. I'll be waiting for you at the bus stop at 3 o'clock. I'll be waiting for you at the bus stop at 3 o'clock. Could you please correct this document before sending it? Could you please correct this document before sending it? Will you come to the party? Will you come to the party? Is her daughter a sociologist? Is her daughter a sociologist? Was your mother a football player? Was your mother a football player? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Represent. Represent. Are their stepmothers the judge? Are their stepmothers the judge? I have to command later at midnight. I have to command later at midnight. Your wife was a contractor. Your wife was a contractor. Was her stepdaughter a golfer? Was her stepdaughter a golfer? I don't think he likes me very much. I don't think he likes me very much. Conclusion. Conclusion. The result of the report was deemed insufficient to make a decision. The result of the report was deemed insufficient to make a decision. You can teach. You can teach. I need a cup of tea. I need a cup of tea. Shouldn't you be backing up in an hour? Shouldn't you be backing up in an hour? I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. We can go for a walk in the city. We can go for a walk in the city. His stepdaughter is an industrialist. His stepdaughter is an industrialist. Our children were artists. Our children were artists. Class starts at 8 a.m. Class starts at 8 a.m. There are 9 books on the shelf. There are 9 books on the shelf. I can leave you if you want. I can leave you if you want. To lend. To lend. Even if you don't like spicy food, you should try this dish. Even if you don't like spicy food, you should try this dish. The report has been compiled from various sources. The report has been compiled from various sources. Will you be able to make it to the meeting tomorrow? Will you be able to make it to the meeting tomorrow? I feel bad. I feel bad. Do we lose in the nighttime? Do we lose in the nighttime? A stand mixer is ideal for cooking. A stand mixer is ideal for cooking. I just had a great meal. I just had a great meal. Are his relatives butchers? Are his relatives butchers? Doesn't it evolve? Doesn't it evolve? We're throwing a party this Saturday. We're throwing a party this Saturday. What are you going to eat? What are you going to eat? I shouldn't remember. I shouldn't remember. Would fail. Would fail. See you at the restaurant, they said. See you at the restaurant, they said. I will cook dinner at 7 p.m. I will cook dinner at 7 p.m. Can it make cream? Can it make cream? When I visit my family, we all have dinner together. When I visit my family, we all have dinner together. I walked to school yesterday. I walked to school yesterday. They should soon become air traffic controllers. They should soon become air traffic controllers. All students took the exam. All students took the exam. I will protect you every week. I will protect you every week. Let me finish this chapter before I go. Let me finish this chapter before I go. To nudge. To nudge. I will watch TV. I will watch TV. What did you use? What did you use? We didn't finish any tickets. We didn't finish any tickets. We used to have a garden, but we moved to an apartment. We used to have a garden, but we moved to an apartment. Cannot go ashore. Cannot go ashore. Wakes up. Wakes up. Does he use the pillow later? Does he use the pillow later? Is her stepmother a surrogate? Is her stepmother a surrogate? Pleased. Pleased. Were his cousins dietitians? Were his cousins dietitians? They will adopt a dog from the shelter. They will adopt a dog from the shelter. You don't know my talent. You don't know my talent. Why don't we party? Why don't we party? I have to be the second man in one day. I have to be the second man in one day. We celebrate our anniversary every year. We celebrate our anniversary every year. I don't want to lose my machine for losses. I don't want to lose my machine for losses. How can I help you? How can I help you? Wasn't he a physicist before? Wasn't he a physicist before? Good morning. Good morning. Finally. Finally. I was seeing so much that I couldn't see the light. I was seeing so much that I couldn't see the light. She likes to dance at parties. She likes to dance at parties. They have been in a long-distance relationship for 2 years. They have been in a long-distance relationship for 2 years. The legacy of their success will always be remembered. The legacy of their success will always be remembered. Wouldn't he believe it from time to time? Wouldn't he believe it from time to time? Worked at the school for 3 years. Worked at the school for 3 years. I will be volunteering at a local animal shelter. I will be volunteering at a local animal shelter. Values friendship and loyalty. Values friendship and loyalty. He worked overtime so he could finish the project on time. He worked overtime so he could finish the project on time. What time does the train leave? Asked. What time does the train leave? Asked. I put my shopping in the cart and then walked around the store. I put my shopping in the cart and then walked around the store. Will I be injured? Will I be injured? He didn't come home. He didn't come home. I have an appointment on Monday. I have an appointment on Monday. Cousins are messengers. Cousins are messengers. I have to finish my homework before tomorrow. I have to finish my homework before tomorrow. Aren't we going to be chemists in a week? Aren't we going to be chemists in a week? Are we bailiffs every week? Are we bailiffs every week? Will he listen? Will he listen? I can't lend you my car. It's being repaired. I can't lend you my car. It's being repaired. He ignored the warning signs and got into trouble as a result. He ignored the warning signs and got into trouble as a result. The streets were flooded after the storm. The streets were flooded after the storm. His uncle was a teacher. His uncle was a teacher. How much is a room with 2 beds? How much is a room with 2 beds? Where can I find the baby food section? Where can I find the baby food section? You shouldn't be a night guard. You shouldn't be a night guard. Can't we glazing at 3 p.m.? Can't we glazing at 3 p.m.? I wish I didn't have to deal with so much stress at work. I wish I didn't have to deal with so much stress at work. I must eat an apple. I must eat an apple. Before making any decision, we need to consider all the options. Before making any decision, we need to consider all the options. Go on, please. Go on, please. We should kiss from time to time. We should kiss from time to time. I'm having a problem with my computer. I'm having a problem with my computer. They decided to start a new hobby. They decided to start a new hobby. They just started their vacation. They just started their vacation. I don't notice anything in particular about it. I don't notice anything in particular about it. Are we going to be a urologist once a week? Are we going to be a urologist once a week? Will I not be a businessman next year? Will I not be a businessman next year? I'm not sure I can do this. I'm not sure I can do this. I have been studying English for 2 years. I have been studying English for 2 years. Isn't it monthly? Isn't it monthly? Wouldn't it be successful right away? Wouldn't it be successful right away? Our teacher is very knowledgeable. Our teacher is very knowledgeable. Do you know the woman sitting next to me? Do you know the woman sitting next to me? They prepared dinner for their families. They prepared dinner for their families. I have a job interview tomorrow. I have a job interview tomorrow. Her stepdaughter was a reporter. Her stepdaughter was a reporter. We may not be vice presidents often. We may not be vice presidents often. Window air conditioner is perfect for a small room. Window air conditioner is perfect for a small room. Can we do it for you? Can we do it for you? Mary and John were classmates in high school. Mary and John were classmates in high school. He had no control over the situation. He had no control over the situation. Can you lend me a few dollars before payday? Can you lend me a few dollars before payday? They wouldn't have lowered before. They wouldn't have lowered before. May I borrow your pen, please? May I borrow your pen, please? Whose painting is this? Whose painting is this? Can I try a sample of this cheese? Can I try a sample of this cheese? I'm going to the game tonight. I'm going to the game tonight. The baby cries when he is hungry. The baby cries when he is hungry. I'm so tired that I can sleep for a week. I'm so tired that I can sleep for a week. We have 2 seats on the 8 a.m. flight to Evansville. We have 2 seats on the 8 a.m. flight to Evansville. Is there a minimum purchase amount for credit card use? Is there a minimum purchase amount for credit card use? Have you ever seen a shooting star? Have you ever seen a shooting star? No matter what, she's always there for me. No matter what, she's always there for me. The little fluffy dog is my pet. The little fluffy dog is my pet. He wrote a poem for his class. He wrote a poem for his class. He may go to Europe next month. He may go to Europe next month. When he felt sick, he should go to the doctor. When he felt sick, he should go to the doctor. How many chairs are around the table? How many chairs are around the table? What did you say? What did you say? I want you to go home. I want you to go home. Are we rarely worthy? Are we rarely worthy? The letter was sent yesterday. The letter was sent yesterday. You can ask me for help. You can ask me for help. They enjoyed the concert alone. They enjoyed the concert alone. This is the most interesting book I've ever read. This is the most interesting book I've ever read. I have to clean the house before the guests arrive. I have to clean the house before the guests arrive. Don't we focus? Don't we focus? Can give. Can give. Our favorite meal in the restaurant was finished. Our favorite meal in the restaurant was finished. That's when it appeared. That's when it appeared. Don't you see the "No pets allowed" sign? You cannot bring your dog inside. Don't you see the "No pets allowed" sign? You cannot bring your dog inside. I will take a break from studying English. I will take a break from studying English. Do I have to work? Do I have to work? Have you decided what you want to eat? Have you decided what you want to eat?